as a whole, Amaama to Inazuma was one of the best shows of the season because it was just so sweet, so innocent. You always knew exactly what you were getting when you came to one of the episodes. It was just going to be pure fluff and sweetness and adorableness from Tsumugi. Oh man. So yeah, as a whole, I've loved this season. It's been fantastic. The whole damn series was just so cute. Even as they added more characters, I thought there were going to be too many, but no. Yagi, Shinobu, they were incredible. All the other kids at Tsumugi's school were great. Even the teacher at that school was great. And in this episode, we had the introduction of Megumi, Kotori's mother, who is just so amazing. I mean, we already saw like a little glimpse of her before, still acting like a teenage girl even though she's a mother. I love it. And you know, always going on these cooking shows where she has to wear a school uniform. At least she's out of the Sailor Fuku now. She's in a more normal sweater and skirt uniform, but still in the schoolgirl uniform. Gotta love it. I wonder why Yagi loves those shows so much. I wonder if it was because of her Yagi went into cooking. Can't be. She can't have been around for that long. But still, I loved that bit as well. Just Yagi seeing Megumi and being like, oh, Ida Megumi. Like, he was so in love with her. And you just had Shinobu, like, elbowing him in the side. Oh, man. So that was brilliant. The one thing about this episode that did kind of let it down was just this feeling that they were trying to get a bunch of things from a couple of different manga chapters in it at the same time. I mean, there were a few things that just got thrown out but never really went anywhere. Like the idea at the beginning of the episode where we had Tsumugi and Inazuka going to visit their mother's grave for the 1-year anniversary. But the mother's grave, not their mother's grave. That makes them sound like siblings. They went to visit the mother's grave after the 1-year anniversary of her death. And that seemed like it was going to be the primary focus of the episode at first. Because it seemed very dark and scary. You had Kotori remembering the fact that she knew other kids in her class had already talked about the fact that he'd lost his wife about a year ago. So I assumed that was going to be the focus of the story and that it was going to be a really sad, emotional one, which would make sense for a final episode. But I mean, as soon as they got back home, within 3 minutes of the start of the episode, like, they didn't even show the grave visit. They didn't show anything to do with that. It was just straight on to them going to eat out and a completely different life lesson, which surprised me. I mean, the life lesson may have been slightly linked to that. I mean, there's this whole idea in this episode that Tsumugi wants to do things on her own, and she feels like she got treated by her dad because when he described okonomiyaki, they thought they were going to be able to like mix it up and cook it themselves, and that just didn't quite happen. Tsumugi was not too happy with that. She was actually very pissed and threw a tantrum, which must be very annoying for Inazuka, with how like kind and considerate he is, having his kid scream her head off in the middle of everyone. Oh man, that was interesting. That was adorable and so realistic, and at the same time, you know, I felt really bad. I wanted him to get the hell out of there, but they handled it so damn easily in this episode. I mean, just straight up, like, she was pissed at him like a good day and a half afterwards when we finally saw him. Oh man, like that moment when he dropped her off at school and she gave him just a little backwards wave, didn't even say goodbye to him. That was so harsh. The teacher could feel that ice cold burn right there. Decided to just ignore it and let it go on. Oh, and then she was being so cold in the car as well, talking about how Mikio's mum does this and the other girl's mum does that. Just trying to rub in the fact that she's not happy with her dad shouting at her and being angry. Man, that was hilarious. But then, yeah, they really dealt with it very well when it came to the restaurant time. When Tsumugi had then screwed up again and managed to cause trouble for Yagi, who was not so easy on her. We had, like, straight up Inazuka explain that he doesn't like getting angry at her. It's just that he has to. And I like that he didn't even go into why he had to. He didn't even go into the idea of why discipline is needed or anything. It was just straight up like, I don't like getting angry at you either, but I have to if you make people angry and do bad things. So yeah, I handled that really well. like I said, it was just adorable. Little lesson there. Tsumugi was so able to go with the flow, and Tsumugi was really interested in meeting Kotori's mother. I'm a little bit worried about that. I mean, I was straight up worried when she first got excited that it was going to be some amazing moment of Tsumugi being like, so can I call you Grandma? And like an amazing broken moment there would have been fantastic. We have like Inazuka and Kotori both freaking the fuck out. But it wasn't. Like, it was pretty chill with everything. You just had Yagi fangirling. Oh man, she's so sweet. I mean, when she was talking about why the okonomiyaki that her father made was the best, just straight up, because it's filled with his affection. Oh man, no wonder she's got her own TV show. She is so damn cute, man. No wonder they always put her in schoolgirl uniforms as well. That must attract the male audience. All those bonding moments were great as well, where you had like Inazuka talking about how it's good that most children don't realise how much their parents love them, but that you could see Kotori did. Like, Kotori was straight up aware that her mother loved the hell out of her, but felt a little bit let down when she got left behind and, you know, her mum didn't have much time to explain why she was off doing other things. She just got the general idea that it's because work comes first. So man, that was sad, that was powerful. She got all blushy and he was all like, no, it's totally a compliment. Like, just trying to be nice, man. I loved that. That whole scene, it was so cute. I'm just a little bit sad they didn't do the thing in the ending where it looked like they were all going to have a meal together. Like everyone from the kindergarten and all the groups we've had so far coming together to have a meal. I think that would have been a better way to finish this episode. And I definitely feel like a few things were unlinked in this one. I definitely feel like the visit to the grave should have been its own certain episode. Kind of like they did in Usagi Drop. But oh well. This episode was great. And this series was great from start to finish. Definitely loved it. It definitely made my Mondays happier each time I watched it. So yeah, straight up, super happy. This is the final episode, so this is my final review of it. It was great. So let me know what you guys thought of this episode, of Kotori's mom, Megumi, and this whole series below in the comment section. And if you're interested in watching more reviews from me next season, definitely hit that subscribe button. I think there's only one show that's going to be slightly similar to this one. And that one's called Udon no Kuni no Kinido Kemari, or Poco's Udon World, which seems to be about like a tanuki boy, but like a single man looking after a tanuki boy in an udon shop. So it should be kind of similar. I think it's going down a different kind of route, but it's a slice of life thing again. They're in an udon shop, so they may be cooking, and it's a grown man looking after a child by himself. Just in this case, it's a boy instead of a girl. So yeah, let me know what you thought in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this review, wreck that like button like you mean it, and I will see you guys next time.